This is Chak Mehro, where Mara asked the Buddha when he would die, and the Buddha predicted his own death. This is Chak Mehro, folks, a very important stupa in the Mahaparinirvana story. And this is Chak Mehro. Mehro is, Mara is a mispronunciation of Mehro. Now this is Chak Mehro, where the Buddha, he predicted that he would die within 3 months. Folks, how did I come to this conclusion? To understand this, view the entire video till the end. Thank you. Because it was in Chak Mehro that Mara asked the Buddha when he would die, and the Buddha predicted his own death. Now, my Buddhist friends, a very important part of the, Vaishali story is Mara, the Buddhist villain, the villain in the Buddha story. Mara, he comes and what happens is the Buddha asks Anand 3 questions and Anand fails to reply. He asks Anand about his lifespan and Anand fails to reply because he is concentrating on Mara. Anyway, after some time, Anand goes to and relax in a forest. And the forest is Budhivan, is just next to Chak Muni, where the Buddha used to stay. And Mara tells the Buddha, you have been very successful. Now when will you die? The Buddha, he picks up some sand and he puts it on his fingernail. And he asks Mara, is there more sand on my fingernail or on the ground? Mara says, there's more sand on the ground. The Buddha says, that is what I have, my success. My success is nothing compared to what is on the ground, what I have to do. But anyway, he predicts that he will die within 3 months. Folks, this stupa is very important, very, very, very important, because this is the spot where he predicted his death. The stupa's name is in Mara's name, Chak Mehro. Mara is a Buddhist mispronunciation of Mehro. Mehro is a perfectly Indian word. Mara, I don't hear anyone with the name Mara. So Chak Mehro. And it is just next to Chak Muni, where the Buddha used to stay. It is the grove which the little girl presented him. And it is just next to Chak Amla, where the Buddha would, where Amrapali lived. And it is just next to the Kapala shrine, folks. So Chak Mehro is the place where the Buddha predicted his own death. Check out what Zhang has to say, and check out what Zhang has to say. See it in satellite pictures, Chak Mehro, and then you can see the video itself. Now let's see what Zhang shows us after the garden which the Amra girl gave the Buddha. By the side of this garden is a stupa. This is the place where Tathagat announced his death. When Buddha formerly dwelt in this place, he told Anand as follows: those who obtain the 4 spiritual faculties are able to extend their lives to a kalpa. What is the term of years of Tathagat then? So basically Buddha asks Anand how many years Buddha will live. Thrice he asked these questions and Anand answered not through the fascination of Mara. Then Anand, rising from his seat, gave himself up to silent thought in a wood. At this time Mara, coming to Buddha, asked him, saying, Tathagat has for a long time dwelt in the woods, teaching and converting. Those whom he has served from the circling streams, are numerous as the dust on the sands. Surely is the time prime to partake of the joy of nirvana. So indirectly he tells that you have been, Mara tells the Buddha that you are successful. Now when will you have nirvana? Tathagat, taking some grains of dust on his nail, asked Mara, saying, Are the grains of dust on my nail equal to the dust of the whole earth or not? Mara answered, the dust of the earth is much greater. Buddha said, those who are saved are as the grains of earth on my nail, and those not saved like the grains of the whole earth. But after 3 months I shall die. The Buddha will die. The Buddha will die. The Buddha will die. Mara, hearing it, was rejoiced and departed. So here in Chak Mehro, the stupa is in the name of Mara. His real name is Mehro, mispronounced by Buddhists as Mara. His real name is Mehro. So let's see where the stupa is. It is just next to the Amra girls, thing. So folks, this is your Chak King Vimal Kirti's home, and this is your Chak Amla, your Amra, the garden which the Amra girl gave to the Buddha, the mango grove in which the Buddha used to live. And this is Chak Mehro, where Mara went and asked the Buddha when he would die. And the Buddha picked up some grains of sand on his nail and asked Mara if the sand on the ground was more on his nail. Mara said on the ground. He said, then I haven't fulfilled my task. So folks, check out the pictures of Chak Mehro, where Mara asked the Buddha when he would die. Now that you have seen the satellite pictures and Zhang's book, now you should be understanding why I chose Chak Mehro as the place, stupa where Mara asked the Buddha when he would die, and the Buddha predicted his own death. Folks, this is Chak Mehro. Chak Mehro, it's clear that Mara is a Buddhist mispronunciation of Mehro. Mara is a Buddhist mispronunciation of Mehro. So folks, in this video I am approaching Chak Mehro in my vehicle, and this is Chak Mehro where the Buddha, was there. Anand went for a rest. Anand was admiring Mara, and Anand went to relax in Buriwal in the forest. He is just around half a kilometer to the east of Chak Mehro. So he went to relax there. So Mara took advantage of the Buddha being alone, and then he came and questioned the Buddha that you are now successful, you have whatever you aspired to do, you have done. So when are you going to attain nirvana, Mahaparinirvana? So Buddha says he picks up some sand on his fingernail, and he asks Mara, where is there more sand? Is it on my fingernail or on the ground? Mara says, on the ground, of course. Then the Buddha says, the amount of people I have preached to and I have brought on the correct path is like the grain of sand on my fingernail, and the grain of sand left on the ground is the rest of the people who I haven't managed to bring on the correct path, to preach to them. So this is the place, and then the Buddha, to fulfill Mara's wish, he predicts that he will die within 3 months, folks. So this is the place where the Buddha predicted he would die within 3 months, and from here actually his Mahaparinirvana story sort of starts. So folks, if you found this video educative, Please follow, like, and subscribe to my page Buddha Exude, and don't forget to tell your friends and relatives about this page Buddha Exude and these videos.